Well, we didn't see that coming. Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 unexpected horror movie deaths.
You never told me your name.
Why do you want to know my name?
I want to know who I'm looking at.
What did you say?
For this list, we're examining big screen horror deaths that either surprised audiences or played with their expectations of character and story. Naturally, since we're going to be exposing some major plot details here, a spoiler alert is now in effect.
Kurt, are you sure about this?
I've done bigger jumps than this.
You got a smooth run, and maybe a 5-foot differential on the other side.
But you gotta give it everything.
Number 10, Kurt Vaughn, The Cabin in the Woods.
What are we gonna do, jump?
Dude.
Wait, Thor can't die? The god of thunder himself, Chris Hemsworth, bit the dust when he played Kurt Vaughn in the 2012 horror comedy The Cabin in the Woods. And no one saw it coming. Then again, given the film's playful homage to horror movie cliches and conventions, it's also perhaps not so surprising that writers Joss Whedon and Drew Goddard went this route.
Those things are gonna pay. For Jules.
The fact that Kurt's all-American good looks and confident swagger would have surely made him the hero of most movies isn't lost on the filmmakers, as they have him fall to his death after hitting a force field with his motorcycle, undercutting a moment of would-be heroism.
Don't hold back.
Never do.
Seeing Hemsworth meet such an ignoble demise was definitely a curveball. Number 9, Bo Abbott, A Quiet Place. The death of a child, whether on screen or off, is a delicate subject, even in the world of horror movies. 2018's A Quiet Place opens with such a scene, depicting the swift and shocking death of Bo, the youngest member of the Abbott family. The little boy is taken by one of the otherworldly creatures who have devastated the Earth in the year 2020. The mysterious race of aliens is drawn to sound, so we know that Bo's toy jet is gonna make noise the second he steals the batteries from behind his father's back. But given his age and the conventions of storytelling, we keep expecting a last-minute rescue. Instead, we get the devastating death of a child mere minutes into the film. Number 8, Carolyn Fry, Pitch Black. Played by Radha Mitchell, Carolyn Fry is established as a character in need of redemption early in the film.
Don't you touch that handle, Fry!
A commercial pilot, she almost sacrifices the lives of her passengers in an effort to save herself during a crash landing.
I'm not gonna die for them!
Soon after, however, it becomes clear that this was out of character, as she seems generally guided by a moral compass. When Fry makes the decision to try and save Vin Diesel's Riddick from the clutches of light-sensitive alien creatures, we're led to believe that she's been redeemed, and now in the clear for the end credits.
Come on, Riddick! Get up! Get up! Get up!
However, she's killed by one of the beasts almost as soon as she's recovered Riddick, making her sacrifice something of a bittersweet one for the audience. Number 7, The Tyler Family, Us.
Oh my God, it's OJ. It's OJ Simpson.
What is wrong with you?
When characters go to friends for help in a horror movie, it rarely ends well for the friends in question. But proving yet again that he's a modern master of horror filmmaking, writer-director Jordan Peele subverts our expectations. It's not the Wilson family doppelgangers who show up at the Tyler's house, but a sadistic group of doppelgangers of their very own.
Josh, we need your help.
This adds a whole new dimension to the film, taking the threat from an isolated incident to a widespread one. The scene is made all the more impactful by the excellent use of music, compounded with the brutality of the attacks.
Ophelia, give me some Beach Boys.
Playing Good
Really?
Vibrations
Why not?
by the Beach Boys.
So last night here, let's have a little party.
It's just one of the elements that made us so damn satisfying. Number 6, Russell Franklin, Deep Blue Sea.
Now you've seen how bad things can get and how quick they can get that way. Well, they can get a whole lot worse.
Sure, this next scene on our list may be a meme today, but it's important to remember just how surprising this death was back in the late 90s. Deep Blue Sea was an otherwise unmemorable killer shark movie with one very memorable death sequence.
It's pretty scary stuff, huh?
Yes, it is.
Here, Samuel L. Jackson's Russell Franklin delivers a long and passionate monologue to the cast about sticking together against the genetically mutated sharks that are threatening their lives.
So we're not going to fight anymore. We're going to pull together and we're going to find a way to get out of here.
Then, just as he's beginning to outline his plan, Franklin is torn away by a CGI shark and dragged to his death in an unintentionally hilarious moment. It isn't often we get to see Nick Fury taken out with such impunity, so we'll take this one as a bit of unexpected comedy gold. Number 5, Charlie Graham, Hereditary.
You know you were her favorite, right? Even when you were a little baby, she wouldn't let me feed you because she needed to feed you.
Writer-director Ari Aster has mastered the art of killing characters unexpectedly. We considered the death of Josh for Aster's 2019 film Midsummer, but we're gonna go with the film that first put him on the horror movie map, 2018's Hereditary. Young Charlie Graham's death is unexpected not only because of her age and her central role in the film, but also due to the brutality and realism of the scene. Charlie's nut allergy causes a medical emergency, but this isn't what kills her.
Are you okay?
It's hard to breathe.
What do you mean?
I think my throat's getting bigger.
Instead, it's the combination of her head being stuck out the window of a speeding car and a telephone pole that does the shockingly gruesome trick.
Charlie!
The audience is left reeling as the Graham family attempts to deal with their grief.
No, I can't. I just want to die.
Number 4, Casey Becker, Scream. She was the iconic face on the film's poster, and the celebrity who did a lot of the promotional interviews. But Drew Barrymore was one of the first characters to die in Wes Craven's 1996 horror classic Scream. This was a calculated move on the part of Craven and Company, as it not only capitalized on Barrymore's star power when initially marketing the film — Barrymore originally signed on to play the heroine — but also served as one of the genre's most shocking and unexpected deaths.
More of a game, really. Can you handle that? Blondie.
Becker is initially set up to be the movie's heroine, so when she's gruesomely murdered by Ghostface in the opening sequence, it hit audiences and critics alike with surprise. And you know what? It still works brilliantly today.
You should never say who's there. Don't you watch scary movies? It's a death wish. You might as well just come out here to investigate a strange noise or something.
Number 3, Ben, Night of the Living Dead.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
The casting of African-American Dwayne Jones as the lead in George A. Romero's Night of the Living Dead was reportedly not intentionally designed to be a commentary about race relations in America. But this hasn't stopped critics from intellectualizing the director's classic horror film in the decades since its 1968 release.
We can try to get out here if we can get some gas. Is there a key?
The image of Ben's lifeless body piled high upon the other corpses in the fire is a haunting and disturbing image to this day. Sure, Jones may have been mistaken for one of the undead and shot by the traveling mob outside, but the connection between the actor's talent and screen presence during a time of such heavy social unrest has made it a death that still manages to shock and surprise today.
All right, Vince, hit him in the head, right between the eyes. Good shot. Okay, he's dead. Let's go get him. That's another one for the fire.
Number 2, Kane, Alien. It's a scene that's been copied and parodied to death, yet it remains an all-time iconic moment for science fiction and horror cinema.
Oh no, not again.
Kane wasn't set up as the hero of Ridley Scott's Alien, but that doesn't mean that his death scene was any less shocking for audiences and cast members alike. Just watch Veronica Cartwright's reaction as Lambert when the xenomorph bursts through Kane's chest. It's clear that she's just as shocked and horrified as we are to see this incubating creature hit the silver screen in all of its toothy glory. The scene was similarly replicated throughout the franchise's history, but there's just something special about that first time. Okay, I don't want to spoil anything, but let's see if you can guess what our number 1 pick is based on these clues. The person who dies was marketed as the main character, and the death was so unexpected that if you showed up late to a screening, they would just not let you in. Alright, those are some pretty big hints, so let's see if you got it right after these honorable mentions.
Where the hell did you come from? Did you just hide?
Are you not the babysitter?
No, I'm not the babysitter. My friend.
Not quite at the end yet. Almost there though. Just be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos. Alright, back to business. Number 1, Marion Crane, Psycho.
Thank you, Mr. Bates.
Norman Bates.
Wes Craven wasn't the first filmmaker to kill off his leading lady in a horror film. The master of suspense, Alfred Hitchcock, had done it years earlier with his unforgettable horror classic, Psycho. We spend quite a bit of time learning about Marion Crane's backstory as a woman with a past and a secret. The sexual politics of 1960 were very different when compared to the modern day, making the depiction of Janet Leigh's lead as a sexually active woman with a morally flexible attitude towards larceny somewhat scandalous for the time.
In quite a hurry.
Yes, I didn't intend to sleep so long. I almost had an accident last night.
Equally shocking was the decision to kill her off before the halfway mark, in a shower scene that has gone on to become the stuff of horror movie legend. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.